Welcome to CRJ 112. This week we're taking a look at Chapter 3, which explores the role or impact that victims and victimization has on our society. And really, for many years, victims were viewed by criminologists as really just the kind of the passive target of criminals, their criminals' anger, greed, or frustration. That really changed after some studies found that the victim's own behavior is also important to consider in the crime process. First off, victims can influence criminal behavior by playing an active role. In other words, they could provoke a person until they are attacked. Secondly, they play an indirect role. In other words, a person might adopt a certain lifestyle that continually brings them into contact with high crime areas. And that discovery really prompted the scientific study of victims, which we call victimology. So victimologists are criminologists who focus their attention on crime victims. Now this chapter will examine victims and their relationship to the criminal process. The first part of the chapter analyzes the nature and extent of victimization using different victim data. So we'll take a look at some of the different data sources, what they say about the level of victimization in the United States, and what impact that has on our society. Included in that component is what is the nature of victimization and what are some victim characteristics. The chapter then moves on to discuss the relationship between victims and criminal offenders, including looking at various theories of victimization. And there really is a link between victimization theories and the classical school of criminology. The classical school really emphasized that people are rational and that they are free to choose the behavior that they engage in. So victimization theories really suggest the same thing, in that victims choose to engage in risky activities, or they choose not to take time to make themselves less appealing to offenders. Now, one theory that doesn't really fit in with the classical school is the deviant place theory, since the victim has no quote-unquote choice in their victimization. Now, the chapter finishes with an examination of how society has responded to the needs of victims, and also considers what special problems victims still face today. Now, an important thing to remember is that while the criminal justice system does provide services to victims, it is a relatively recent phenomenon. Next week, we'll actually take a look at Chapter 4, which starts looking at choice theory and the fact that the belief that many people make a rational choice in their behavior.